And I really appreciate that we are getting to do this on Google Hangouts.
Yay! Thank you for having me. What an honor and what a joy this is going to be. So thank you very much. This is going to be fun.
Great. So I know that you couldn't come to brew your book live, but this was an excellent opportunity where we can kind of have you in the room. So just since nobody's really gotten to meet you yet, can you just tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Excellent. Thank you. And again, I apologize. I really, really wanted to be here with you guys. And actually, I'm realizing I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to look. So if I'm not looking at you guys, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm kind of going, I see a head here, and so I just want to make sure I'm honoring everybody. But it's my grandma's birthday, and if any of you have grandmas, I have the grandma who's giving me the you're not coming to my birthday party, I'm having a big birthday party kind of attitude. So I'm with you guys in spirit and everything else, but I'm not in person. So a little bit about myself. I work with an amazing group of people who literally they're all solopreneurs, they're all building their business by themselves. And we all came together saying, why? Why are we all trying to do all the heavy lifting and all the stress and all the struggle by ourselves? You know, we all love to do what we do. Like Kim loves what she's doing with her books, and I love bringing together community. And we were all trying to do it ourselves and try to do everything. And then we kind of came together, and so I host and facilitate this collaborative community called Brilliance in Business. And each of us has our own gifts and strengths, and we complement each other because Lord knows writing is not my area, which is actually how we ended up having this long-term relationship now, because I was like, what, writing? Me? No, not going there. And I was all like, ugh. And it's like what one person's weakness is another person's brilliance, and how we can work together. And that is the heart and soul behind Brilliance in Business, is how we can each grow our businesses and work cooperatively and collaboratively together. So yeah, that's B&B, we call it for short.
Now, Mellissa and I have been working together on her book. So Mellissa, how has your life changed since we've started to work together on your first book?
Okay, so we're actually working on 2 books. So she actually it's because I'm actually keeping the second one on the down low, because I still actually want to own the fact I'm writing a book myself. Yeah, okay. So a little bit of a backstory. What's changed? Okay, honesty, because if you don't come from a place of honesty, you're not going to grow, and you're not going to be able to. I saw myself as a bad writer. I saw myself as I couldn't write. I even was I would almost have panic attacks when it came to writing. It was that bad. And it really was one of those things, if it involved me writing, my business was just because I couldn't, even writing a blog post, I could not get in that space. Not that I didn't want to. I just had so many people critical about my own writing and the whole grammar side of it and everything that comes along with that I found, instead of me going here, on this bright light, and I'm part of all these other bright lights, I just kept diminishing and diminishing, diminishing. And the entire idea behind a Brilliance in Business and having a community that supports each other would not even be around if it wasn't for being able to go, wait, you can have support in this, and not even realizing the impact that support can have personally, because not only is it Kim was amazing. We did this baby steps of we're having a community book coming together. But then it was that community book has now led to me, even each morning I get up and I'm writing. And like I said, I'm not someone who writes at all. And I'm also somebody who, when I was in college, in order to graduate, we had to do a writing proficiency test. And I was told, oh, it's the easiest thing to pass. Everybody passes it. I failed it not once, but twice. And talk about the shame that I had of wait, I'm not going to be able to get a degree because I can't pass this basic writing exam. And how that was showing at me just personally in business is if I can't write, if I'm not able to articulate my voice, which was the biggest thing of my knowledge, expertise, and voice in a way that people can understand, then everything that I believe and that my knowledge, my expertise, and my vision, and my desire, my hopes and dreams for my clients wouldn't even be able to be showing up in the world. So yeah, that was a big shift for me. So that was my big change.
Thank you. Thank you. And that really touches me, because I knew some of those shifts that had happened, especially with a lot of the work we had done about, you know, it's not going straight from your computer on to somebody else's page, and working with a lot of the mental monsters and that being comfortable.
Well, and it was even like the simple things of like when you and I were first talking in about doing this, and you're like, you're making it a really big project. My job working with you writing your book is to make it simple and easy. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And a part of me was all like, you're full of it, was actually what kind of, I was all like, anything with writing is not simple and easy. But it really, you made it that way. You're like, you already know what you have to say. Don't worry. And you actually said, like, don't worry about the writing and the grammar right now. Just share your story and we'll go back and we can work on that. And it was that simplicity of like, oh, wait, I can go blah, 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 and let the story come out, and then we can articulate that. And that was amazing. That really helped me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So now, Mellissa, if you had known then, before you started working with me, what you know now, what wisdom would you share with our group, with yourself back then? What would you have done differently?
I would actually tell myself there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. And that part of you that says, oh, I can't, I shouldn't, and this is a big investment, and I'm not a writer, and this is not going to benefit me, and all those, literally, like, if I was to list all of the excuses that I would have, I would literally take them all, throw them away, and go, here, look at where you are now. Because that was one of the things, like, I did not even see the potential. Like, I thought the potential of the process of writing a book would be this big, and now I'm finding it's like this. And it's not even like a little growth, it's like a giant expansion, because it's like all these other doors are coming open. You know, people, I've been doing a lot of speaking engagements, and I'm finding one of the things people will ask is, do you have a book? And if you don't even have a book, that's actually one of the reasons why they may not even have you be a speaker. And so that can cross you off. And if you're looking for opportunities, that itself is a great way where you can like have that further conversation with someone. And the other thing that I'm also finding, it's even the inverse of, somebody may find out about you through the book that you may not even know about it. And then in turn, it's like, oh, wait, I would love to talk to you. That's person who's receiving your content is reaching out to you that you were not even expecting or planning. So yeah. Yeah, I would say get over it and jump in and don't look back. That's probably the biggest thing. All those fears and concerns and hesitations, and you know, if it's money, it's going to come back exponentially. If it's time, think about how much now your story is going to be told. You know, the time you had to write the book versus now how many times you don't have to how many times you don't have to like resell the story again or reshare or something like that because it's there. But also how you can use all that stuff and you can rebuild it with your content, and like you can take snippets and use it in your marketing. It's all the excuses and reasons to not, is they're actually not going to support you in the end. So all I can say is, if you really want your business to grow, this is one of the easiest and most amazing revenue streams, and to create your visibility, but also to verify you as an expert, which is a really big deal. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And yes, and now I know for you personally, things have really shifted once you started claiming that ability to write and sharing your message. I know we were just speaking yesterday.
Yeah.
About something where I was like, I think you're hiding a little bit here.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's not like we intend to do it, but it's interesting that those are our natural. There's some things that are just kind of your natural defaults. And me, I'm very outgoing. I'm very friendly. I'm all about like, let's include people. Like I never want someone not to feel included. And I did an event yesterday, literally, where I was all like, wait, your driver sitting in the car? No, bring your driver up and they can join us, because to me, it just didn't make any sense. But that's also how I think. And in some ways, if you want to be seen, and if you're like me, where you're like, I want to be seen, but maybe not. Oh, I want to be seen, maybe not. This is a way that puts you out there in a very safe way, and it's not where you're being thrown to the wolves, because it's literally working with you. It literally was a step-by-step. You had very clear system and step-by-step to go through it, but then it was all like, here is a very gentle way that you're showing up in the world, and the way that you show up in your format, in this case in the book, it allows other people to be invited to be part of it. So I know our project that you and I are working on is a book that's about, tips from all the different people within the Brilliance of Business community. I didn't even realize, just by coming together with that idea, how many people who were not even in our community wanted to be a part of this, because they saw the idea of collaboration and a collective mind of coming together with insights. And so without even realizing it, I'm redoing my speaker sheet now based on some feedback, and I was just talking to some people yesterday about speaking. The idea of even like, do you have some ideas of how you can work in collaboration? I was like, well, yeah, here, like we had this book coming out, and it was like, here's a way that verifies and backs up what I'm speaking about, that it also enrolls people back into the business concept. So it's interesting how they all feed into each other, whether we're planning it or not, but it's very strategically been done by something I thought I would never do. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, or even 2 years, okay, maybe even a year ago, okay, I'll be honest, you're gonna be an author, my entire family would have busted up laughing, and I would have said, you are not talking about me. And yet I'm finding some pride and joy in this process. So yeah. And also that pride and joy in this is giving me a little bit more courage to do more other things. Like, I'll be honest, this is the first time I've done webinars, but I've never actually done Google Hangouts recordings. So here we are, this is something new for me, and it's like, it was a catalyst to move forward. So that was the other thing that I wasn't expecting, and it's a breath of fresh air as an outcome.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I think you really hit it on the head, Mellissa, when you said that just the process of writing your book opens so many other things in your life. Yeah. Not just that practical with the speaking and the clients. It does all that too. But that growth of you as a person and being able to own your own story. Yeah. That is really transformative.
Well, the other thing that I thought was really brilliant is when we started the process, I thought I was expecting to be this is the practicalities of writing a book. When I've talked with other people when it comes to writing books, it's been that way. Here's your template, this is how you do it. Your area of brilliance is not only the practicality of everything from beginning to end of the whole book process, but also who are you as a person who's showing up trying to write this book? It's the inner work that we're not even realizing how much is needed and how much is desired and supported along the way. And that was the big change there, was all like, wait, I'm not just another person writing a book that, that I'm going through the assembly line. It's kind of this whole saying, like, I'm not just another person on somebody's list. Yes, I want to make money. You actually take the time to know me and how this works together so that there's an alignment, but also when I'm not showing up, because you've seen me when I don't show up, even simple things of just the invitation and asking me to look at something and how that shifts. And then, of course, then it takes me in a different direction of the process in a good way. But it's almost like we're on this course and you just gently nudge something that we may not realize we started doing this, and then you bring it back into alignment of who we are in our brilliance. So that's coming forward in our stories. And that story literally in this book form creates a ripple effect, whether we were expecting it or not, but that's when it's coming out of it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mellissa. I really appreciate that you were here. And we all wish Grandma a happy birthday.
She will love
it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you again, and thank you very much, Kim, for the work you do, and for all of you who are there. Sorry I couldn't be with you in person, and have a fabulous time. And just soak up like a sponge everything she says, but she is a wise woman. So thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.